Hey everyone, welcome to Master and None Garage. I'm Andrew. Today we're going to get right into it. So I'm going to give you a brief description on what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be building one of these. It's called the Millennium Falcon. I think there's some movie series that it's in. Seems to be very popular. I think it's a spacecraft of some sort. I'm going to be building it out of a bunch of scrap parts and engine parts and whatever I could find. So let's get into it. Here we go. I got all the measurements squared away, but before I start cutting and grinding and wire wheeling, I want to show you guys how I got my numbers and why I got my numbers. So this is how I got my numbers. I printed out a rough diagram. So you got the front view and then the top view. And then this view right here, that's mainly for aesthetic. This one I printed out because I really need a true to scale version of what we're gonna make, because I like to be as scale and as accurate as possible when I make these. But basically what I did was I measured in inches with my mic the diameter of this main circle. I got 3.3 and I wrote that down here. Okay, then what I did is I measured the diameter of the flex plate and we're right below 13, so call it 12.8 ish. So I take my real length, which is what I'm going to be building, which is roughly 13 inches. I round it up. We're just going for close enough here. So I put the real length for 13, which is the sculpture we're going to be building. And then the scale length, which is the diagram that I printed out. So 3.3 inches for the diagram and 13 inches for the sculpture. Then we go up here and we're going to guesstimate. I already know the numbers. So we're going to do 1 to 3.9. And we're right at 12.87, which is roughly 12.8. 12.9 is what we're going to go for. So our scale ratio is 1 to 3.9. I measured this, which is 0.6 of an inch. And that's the section we're going to be cutting out of the flex plate. So basically from that math, I can put 0.6 down here. We get 2.34 inches. So I can put my mic at 2.34. Okay, and what I can do with that, you can kind of reference with the little holes right here, and you can kind of eyeball it. And what I did from there is I marked on this side, marked on that side, flipped it around, did the same thing on this side, and then I took my straight edge and connected the two with the marker, just like this. So now I have pretty damn accurate measurements and what section I'm going to be cutting out of this center. So let's get on to cutting out the center and start and build this thing. Here we go. So I got it all cut apart. I think I'm going to use this as a template so I get the perfect circle. And I think I'm gonna start, you know, filling it in and start adding some stuff to it. So I'm gonna get onto that and just start making it happen. Alright, it's a new day. Here's what it looks like so far. So it's just the bare bones right now, but what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to start putting the sheet metal on it, and then also it has gun turret on top and on the bottom in the dead center. So right now I'm going to put the gun turrets on, and then the sheet metal, I'm going to start that. So here we go. Alright, so I made some sheet metal pieces, and I found this stuff at Lowe's. It's got a cool little pattern on it. kind of space agey. Anyways, it's real thin, so I didn't try to like weld a lot to it because it just blows right through. But here's what it looks like. I'm gonna epoxy this piece on. It goes just like that, and it kind of hangs over a little bit on it, but that's what it looks like. I added some chainsaw chain for the engines, and I think it looks pretty dang good. I'll show the back of it, or the bottom of it. Bottom looks relatively the same. That's what the bottom looks like. So the back is pretty much done, other than the details. So I'm going to continue on to the front now. All right, I got the front like 80% finished on the main shape. Here's what it looks like. Pretty decent. This stuff is really thin, and it's stainless steel, and it's really rough to weld to. I got my gun turret right here. There's one on the bottom too. I think it looks pretty good so far. It's almost balanced pretty much too, which is pretty cool. That's not planned. That's just a happy accident.
We have happy accidents.
I still have to do the bottom and the rest of the front. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue using this type of sheet metal, but I'm done for today. I'm gonna hit it hard again another day. All right, so it's been a while since I worked on the Millennium Falcon, probably about 2 weeks or so. I've been doing a lot of little things here and there. But here's the way she sits right now. Probably hasn't changed since the last time I showed you. So what I did was I actually put some little nuts underneath these pieces, and then these screw right into place. So this whole piece can come off when I need to add some things to it. So there's like a square piece right here on the top and the bottom. So I'm probably gonna have to cut this out a little bit and then put that little square piece that comes out to right about here. And then I actually did the same thing to the back piece and the piece underneath, and I still need to do the front piece. So I'm just gonna get onto that, and I'm just gonna keep plugging away at it. pretty much got the
Squirrel!
I pretty much got the whole outer part of the ship, other than one piece. It's this, but that goes on top and it goes on the bottom. But I'll throw that on here shortly, and then it's on to the details. So here we go. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a little brief overview of what's happened since I last filmed. Went to Minnesota, delivered the big flag, she gone, and put a lift kit on Mikey's truck. Probably a few other things that I can't remember right now. I'm going to start and get back on this Millennium Falcon. And I probably have put this on here since last time. And I've actually made it removable. So basically those two screws take this whole piece off, and it goes underneath bottom too. So it's kind of collected some surface rust. I tried to clean it off a little bit. I'll probably clean it up a little bit more as I go. But I've made these pieces to cover up this, and then this is to cover up this back piece. So this goes on there just like this, and then the bottom, same deal, but on the bottom, and it goes something like this. So I'm going to start just to weld, and hopefully to get this thing going and shape up to what I actually am envisioning for the final product. So here we go. Almost burned the shop down. That was fun stuff. Yeah. Okay. It's done. Well, good thing I got a fast brain.
Got a good brain.
Alright, so as you saw, I almost burned down my shop. That's what's left of an oil rag. And that got melted a little bit too. But it was all jammed under here, and I put the welding torch under there, and the tip caught everything on fire. And
What an idiot!
good stuff. Anyways, the instructions survived. They just look more authentic. But I'm gonna show you what the top looks like, pretty much, and you can compare what it's supposed to look like. Pretty accurate, if you ask me. Pretty accurate. But my plan is to be able to mount this to a mount that you can put it on the wall. So say, you know, you want to put it in the corner of your office or something, and it like mount up like it's banking on a turn. Also, I want to make it to where you're able to bolt on the landing gear, so in case you want to just put it as a display as it's landed or something, you can do that. And then also I want to make a mount where you can bolt on a stand where it sits on a table and it's like blasting off like this, kind of like the C-130 was. But I want to make those three things removable, and so I'm gonna add a little bit to it here and there, but we're nearly there. I'm pretty sure of it. So I'm just gonna continue to plug away. Alright, so I made the upper and lower guns. I'm going to put those on last. And I found this washer, and I hammered it out to a satellite shape deal. So that's going to go right there, right abouts. I'm gonna continue building a little stand for this, and what I'll probably do is remove this, weld a couple nuts below here, cut a hole, so this thing will just bolt right on there. So it's easily removable. Most of this stuff is easily removable. I'm gonna continue working on the dish deal, so I'm gonna just continue plugging away. All right, so I finished this piece, and I used some cardboard for these since they're mirror images of each other. And I like to use this thin cardboard. It's a lot more easier to work with, and you're not dealing with thick stuff, so you can make like nice curves and everything. So basically, I just put it out on a piece of sheet metal. I have a bunch of sheet metal still. One right there, one right here. And basically what I did is I made mirror images of those, and then I cut out these pieces, and then I cut out these pieces. And I have them all taped up and ready to tack weld. So I'm gonna tack weld them, and then I have one more piece to fill in, and then it'll be ready to place on here. Now, I haven't mounted this securely yet. I'm gonna do all that at once. So I'm just gonna weld these two pieces, and then we'll get to the mounts. All right, well, I got the bottom pieces mounted. Now what I did was mounted this solid to the inside frame or that flywheel that we started out with, and then these just mounted to this mesh stuff. So I didn't get all technical with this because this back piece needed to be mounted to the frame or that flywheel. When you mount it to a wall or a table or something and it's on a stand or a mount, you need to have the inner structure to be attached to the mount. So that's why I did it to this one and not these, because I'm not going to mount the mount or the stand to this, only up here. So hopefully that wasn't too boring. Enough of the talking.
Blah, blah, blah.
And I guess I'm going to be on to the mount or landing gear. I'm not sure. Here we go. All right, new day. this Millennium Falcon is done, other than, which will be the last pieces, welding these turret guns on there. I have the bolts in there for now. I just finished the wall mount. Now I have to make some landing gear for this. So I have to make some threaded inserts for up here. And then also I'm making a stand so it can sit on a table, kind of like the C-130. Right now I'm going to make the table mount. So enough of this yammering on.
Blah, blah, blah.
I'm just going to get into it. All right. I think I'm pretty much finished with the stand. This is what it looks like. It's pretty simple. All it is a timing chain from a 3.5 V6 Ford. The one that the water pumps are driven by the timing chain. I think it's at a pretty good angle. It's pretty simple. I like this. You like put your keys or whatever. I was gonna put like a bowl right here, but I think it'll subtract away from the simpleness of what this is. But yeah, I'm super happy how it turned out. And now all I have to do is the landing gear. Once I'm done with the landing gear, that's it. The Falcon is done. I can weld on the guns, and that'll be it. I'm gonna go find some pictures of the landing gear. Try to get as accurate as possible. I've come up with this whole configuration.
I'm not a smart man.
To make sure that this thing sits perfectly flat when it's sitting on a desk or a flat surface. So what I did was I made the landing gear and I did some measurements. Cut a hole in the center for this space right here, and I eyeballed it. I put that piece of cardboard over here, marked where my tabs are, where the landing gear bolts on, all these little tabs, and this piece right here. And what I did was, this thing's flat, or flat-ish, and basically I just put it down, line it up, make sure it's perfect, and then what I'll do is I'll just tack weld. And then rip the cardboard off, finish weld it, and sit it on a flat surface and let it cool down. And I made this to where, I got the idea from my brother. I made this to where this landing gear can just be on there by itself, or you can have the landing gear on there and also mount it to this, or mount it to the wall mount, wherever I put that.
Hello.
Wall mount over there. So you can have two things on there at once, or just landing gear. So I'm going to continue on, hopefully finishing this thing up. It's been a long process. Alright, well, she's done. That's what she looks like. I just have to do a clear coat on it and maybe clean up some of the surface rust. But all the guns spin. All the guns spin. I got the landing gear still on. But you can take that off and then just have it on a stand. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. For sure. Oh. It's got just enough detail, I think. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Master of None Garage. And if you like what I did here, I'm going to try and do a little bit more in the future, and a lot of other stuff. So if you like today's episode, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below about your thoughts on this Millennium Falcon metal sculpture. Whether it be good or bad, tell me what you think. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!